Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Sarah, this is Nick, and with our two little dogs we're usually travelling around Europe in our 32-year-old camper van.
Over the last few years we've visited over 25 countries, but recently we've had a lot of issues with the van, so we've come to a big decision that it's time to get a new one. Hello darling.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And yes, lots has happened since last week's vlog.
Yes it has. Vinny's had a little upgrade, a little revamp. We basically replaced Vinny with a van from the future, this lovely Mercedes Marco Polo. Yeah, we're still getting used to it. We fell in love with it. And yeah,
Had to have it.
Had to have it. As lovely as it is, and how nice is it? I mean, it's got all the gadgets. It's just so neat. It's like a show van. Everything's tucked away.
It's really nice, but obviously it's not us, is it? It's not us at all. There would be no way we could have the doggies in here. There's not enough storage actually, is there? But it's a lovely little van, and it actually belongs to our friends who we're camping with at the moment here in Mecca.
Came away camping. We planned it so much differently. We were supposed to come away with Vinny. They've got their new van. We were going to do like a comparison and park next to each other.
A 2-year-old van versus a 32-year-old van. We wanted to do all the comparison, have a little drive around the campsite, but obviously that didn't work out because our van is off the road.
So gutted though. We've been travelling in Vinny for the last 6-7 years, and our friends who we've known for years have just got a van, and then Vinny's out of action.
So we've actually hired a car again to look at new vans, and this time we've managed to come camping. It's not rained off.
If we never went travelling again, we'd still have a van because it's so much more hassle.
Oh gosh.
Tent camping, the amount of stuff you bring is crazy.
And then there's the whole setting it up, which takes like an hour and a half or something, doesn't it? And then it's the whole packing it down.
It's so
it's
much
not worth
easier.
It.
So it takes like 3 hours or something to get it all up. You get your outside kitchen area set up, the rugs, the hammocks, all that. So much easier just to park the van, roll out the awning, done.
So this is their little section with their van, and then our little section is just over there behind the bushes, and let's take you through. Camp hasn't been this organised and tidy the whole time. We have been here for 2 nights. We're actually checking out today. So this is our little section with our huge tent. So although it's a little bit of a pain setting everything up, it is very comfortable, and as you can see our tent is quite big. We did have a few mosquitoes in here last night.
Few mosquitoes last night, few mojitos last night.
Yeah. One too many mosquitoes and one too many mojitos.
So you've got the little kind of kitchen coffee making facilities area there. You've got the fridge here.
Getting lower and lower.
Oh. Can't believe this is still up.
Yep, still up.
This thing is so cool. You can't have a campsite, you can't go camping without a hammock. We've been meaning to get this hammock out for ages and haven't had the opportunity, but check this out. I was tempted to jump in here last night when we had loads of mosquitoes in the van.
Tent.
See you later in the van. Tent.
Dizzy loves the hammock. If you've been following this channel, you'll know how much this little dog loves to be in the hammock, and as you can see he's trying to get in now. Go on then, Diz, wait there.
Go on then, Dizzy.
Go on.
Oh.
Go on.
Jump then, Diz, jump.
Yeah. Good boy. And I will add that one of these buckets is absolutely essential when camping. This is the chuck everything into it bucket, so there's no like mess and bits and bobs around camp. We've got everything in there. Yeah, so it has been really nice actually, hasn't it? I mean, it's been years and years, I don't know, maybe 4 years? Well, before we had the van, since we've actually had the, you know, the tent out and all of our... Apart from the roof tent, of course. The last time we used the tent was COVID, when we put the tent on our roof terrace. Yeah, so it's been fun. We need to start packing up this camp because I think we've got like an hour until we have to check out. So I'm gonna go do the washing up. See you later.
It's the first thing she's done all day. She was in bed till about half an hour ago. I suppose we best introduce you to our friends, our lovely friends, Illy and Shane, and their little nearly 2-year-old Arthur, who's a little diamond most of the time. Arthur, give five.
There.
Go give five. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, for the camera.
And again, one more. Arthur.
Over there.
Yeah. And one more. One more. Yeah.
Give me a kiss. Continue. Mwah.
Oh, give me a kiss.
Give it to the leg.
Oh, you're all embarrassed now. I've got so much respect for these guys. Yeah, how is he, like 2 in August? August, he's 2 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's hard work. You know, they say dogs are like children. They're not. You can't just throw a dental treat, a little chew to a little kid and say just go and play with that. And they're still finding their feet with the van because it's quite new, isn't it? They've only had it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, a few weeks now, so still getting used to it all.
Yeah. So yeah, we tried to help them with it. We can't figure it out though. We don't know what buttons do.
Do the other one.
Nick's just given these guys lessons on awning in and out.
But yeah, it's very nice and it's been fun. Cameron, as I said, we planned this for ages. You know, we've been friends for quite a while, and then they've got the van. And then it's typical that Vinny breaks down. Can't be doing this tent life. It's just so disorganised. It's so messy. The stuff gets everywhere. Your kitchen's in the dirt.
It's funny as well because I keep thinking to myself, oh, I'll just go and get that out of the van. Oh, I'll just go and get this out of the van. Of course, we haven't got the van with us. And look at that.
Such a mission. It's the worst part about camping is putting the tent away and trying to get it back in here, but look at that, you never forget. It's like riding a bike, isn't it?
You've got to put these in there.
Look at that. Doesn't the van look so much better now?
So we've left the campsite, said goodbye to our lovely friends Ileana and Shane and beautiful baby Arthur.
It was nice to see them. We didn't film for the first few days because, to be honest, we feel a bit awkward filming other people. We met some other people over the years and filmed with them, but it's always a bit awkward because yeah, you don't know how to direct it.
Yeah, and then if it's a little bit awkward for us, then obviously it's 10 times more awkward for them because they don't, do what we do and film it kind of for our work, if you like. Yeah, and it's also nice to not film everything as well and just have downtime.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Yeah, so we did have a really nice couple of days, and that campsite, I think we may have been there before. Years ago. It's a really good campsite. It's got a fantastic pool actually. The pool's massive.
It's got a little kids pool, and then it's got like massaging jets, a big pool, which is quiet first thing and last thing at night. It's quite nice.
Yeah, and then there's also a big restaurant there. There's the Campervan supermarket, so it's got everything you need. And we went there on the Saturday and it was very busy, but then everyone sort of left on the Sunday.
Yeah, the kids haven't broken up yet, but on the Saturday we walked down to the beach. It's like 1.5 kilometres to the beach. Nice beach, the sea looked lovely, but it was so busy.
So busy.
But loads of bars. What's beautiful about Costa del Luz is it's very underdeveloped. It's not like the other coasts. It's very low key. Caños is like a sort of hippie community. Yeah, various like kind of wooden shacks, like Chiringuitos, and
and then you've got
really,
the
really
Trafalgar.
nice. The famous lighthouse, the Battle of Trafalgar.
Yeah, and lovely beaches, and it's a very popular place for Spanish, actually, mainly Spanish tourists, isn't it? On this coast, it's mainly the Spanish tourists, whereas the Costa del Sol, there's a lot more, you know, Brits and everyone else. So very nice, but we have left now, and we are heading towards Sevilla. A place on the outskirts of Sevilla, because we're going van shopping tomorrow. It's probably going to be a bit late by the time we get there, and that's quite exciting, isn't it? We've got a little accommodation booked, which we'll show you when we get there as well, because it's an interesting place that we've booked into. And I will add that this is our hire car. This is the second time we've been upgraded. We booked the cheapest car this time, like the smallest, cheapest car, and we got there and they've upgraded us to this sort of performance type car. It's a Citroen, and it's an automatic as well. Nick's never driven an automatic before, and I think, well, it's actually quite good that they did upgrade us in the end, because the amount of stuff we put in the car to take camping, we wouldn't have fit it in like the regular small car that we were supposed to be getting. But yes, nice smooth aircon. The dogs are loving it. They're really happy in the back there, sandwiched in between all of the gear, and they're knackered now after a couple of days of camping, so all good.
I think though that after having driven these couple of hire cars now, I think that has been sort of added to my decision to get like a newer vehicle, where, you know, if you want to do long distance drive across the whole country, because you need to get further afield like Turkey or Greece or whatever, it's so much easier to do it in a newer vehicle. Vinny just seems like you're chipping away at the kilometers. Love Vinny, but yeah, these newer vehicles, it's just smooth sailing.
He's converted, hasn't he? Well, first appearances to this place.
Looks like it's been abandoned, an abandoned urbanisation in an industrial estate. Bricked up buildings around.
I didn't actually look at the location. Or actually, good afternoon, and welcome to our really random little accommodation here on the outskirts of Sevilla. This place is a bit odd. Some of the aspects of it are quite similar to the photos and the description on booking.com, but there's certainly a few aspects that are quite different. Now, for a start, this place advertised a private pool, and it has indeed got a pool, private pool and garden. It has indeed got a garden, it has indeed got a pool, but it's not private. This is like shared accommodation, and there's a house just over the other side there. We're in the chalet, there's a house, and there's quite a few people staying there. Not sure how many, but quite a few. So it's definitely not private.
It did mention a hammock though. It's got this lovely little hammock in this little garden with sort of some scraps around there. You've got a lovely view over to the pylons. You can hear the sounds of the motorway that just send you to sleep swinging in the hammock.
Okay, so Nick is being a little bit negative about the place. I mean, you can hear the motorway and we have got a nice view of the pylons, but it's actually quite nice. It is. It's quite unique, it's quite different, and it's quite nice. But it is in the middle of nowhere, and we didn't expect that either.
It's a bit of a random little area really. We came through the main gates yesterday. There was like a fob key to get in. Bricked up buildings round, just looks quite deserted. There's loads of dogs here. There seem to be that many people living here. It's very strange. It's like dusty roads. It looks like an urbanisation that was kind of abandoned, never finished. Barbed wire fences, very weird. There's like an abandoned basketball court. There's an abandoned tennis court, and very, very random. We're a little bit worried. As I said, Sarah said it was in the middle of nowhere, but it's literally a pull off the motorway, probably about 50 metres from the motorway. You can probably hear there's pylons all around, literally in people's back gardens. Yeah, a little bit worried about the car, but thankfully it was still there in the morning, and no broken windows. I mean, check out these boys. I don't know if that's like a little dog sanctuary. Yeah, it's kind of like an off-grid community, but right next to the grid, like the grid all around. But yeah, anyway, it turned out all right. Anyway, guys, we're not here on holiday. We're not here to just sit by the pool drinking cocktails, enjoying the sunshine. We're here to get down to business and find a replacement for Vinny. We need to get a new van. And we know there's a shop where you can buy loads of stuff to camperize your van. There's also lots of different dealers where you can get just like the white panel van. And then we've also found some, we need to find the exact address for it, but found somewhere that has loads of different types of vans, second-hand ones, newer ones, camperized ones, all sorts basically. We just need to find the address because it's just somewhere around here. Luckily this place has got internet reception, which is handy, but it's also got 5G Wi-Fi, can you believe it? But when you're using public Wi-Fi, especially in a shared house, it's always important to use a VPN just to add that extra layer of security to your device. And that brings us on today's sponsor of the video, and that is NordVPN. Now, in our opinion, NordVPN is the best VPN on the market. We've been using it for a few years now. It's so easy to use. You literally open up the app, select the country whose IP address you'd like to borrow for a little bit, and click quick connect, and then that's it, you're away. There's lots of reasons to get a VPN. It's basically encrypting your internet traffic, so it's helping prevent hackers from accessing your information, stealing your data. The other reason to get one is for pleasure. So basically you can expand your viewing library, your viewing capabilities. So if you're in Spain or somewhere in Europe and you want to watch your favourite TV show in the UK, you can do so by just selecting the UK IP address. So it's brilliant. And Nord, as usual, they're offering a fantastic deal on a 2-year plan. And there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you've got nothing to lose. Anyway, Charlie's just come back here. He's just been having a little wander around. He's loving this outside space. It's all fenced off in this area, so we can just wander around exploring, listening to the sounds of nature and maybe the slight hum of the motorway. But yeah, he's loving it. So guys, I may have been a little bit negative just before, but it's only because Sarah described it as this romantic little paradise.
This is a romantic
sanctuary.
paradise. This is how romantic and paradisey it gets for us anyway.
But no, partly because I thought we were going to be in the town, Alcalá de Guadera.
We'll just put the name up on the screen.
Brutalise that. Yeah, which is where we expected the place with all the vans was going to be, but we've actually found out that it's not far from here, so Sarah was lucky with that one.
Yeah.
But I was expecting it to be in the town, so we go out for lunch and stuff, but never mind. We're not here on holiday, we're here to find a new van. Yeah. And it is actually quite cute, isn't it?
We can't actually walk to the town from here. It's about 15 kilometres, was it? 10 kilometres, 15. So anywhere we need to drive to. So you need to make sure you got your supplies in, like we realised last night when we arrived with 0 supplies.
Anyway, I'll give you a quick tour. It's unique, looks lovely from the outside. You come in and small toilet there. The next room you encounter is the master bedroom. This is the lounge area, lounge stroke office, main living space. That's our bedding just to protect it so we don't want it getting damaged.
It's actually a really comfortable area, this. Like, it doesn't look like much, but we've had a lot of work to do on our laptops this morning, and we've just been sat off, and you can't. Oh yeah, you can still hear the motorway from in here.
But not if you turn the aircon up really loud.
Yeah, the aircon is really good. The internet, as Nick mentioned, is really fast. So that's your 2 main things, I suppose, especially when you do what we do, work online, and also when you're in the hottest place, one of the hottest places in Europe.
And you've got a garden view. Lovely view to the garden, open plan kitchen. Second bedroom here, and then through here you have the bathroom, which, to be fair, the shower is really good, really hot, really powerful.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's not, all in all, it's not that bad really.
And it was £47, was it? About £47 per night. So pretty good. And you know, we can use the pool, we can use the table tennis. And although there's quite a few...
Table tennis, yes.
It's got table tennis. And although there's quite a few people, has been quite a few people around coming in and out and things. There's no one in there. I don't think there's anyone been in the pool all day when we haven't been right down there.
Yeah.
But so it's not private, but you could, you know, it's not like it's full of people.
And it's probably a good thing that it's away from everything, because we might get distracted and go off, you know, shopping and having lunch out. So we're here to
we're
find
here
a
for
van.
a purpose, guys.
Oh, look at that. My favourite.
You don't even know what it is.
It's tortellini.
Tortellini. Or is it ravioli? Anyway, it's one of the pastas, and it's pumpkin, so it's quite different. So when you finish that, I'm going to thrash you at a game of table tennis before we go and find our new home on wheels.
Yes, to finding a new home on wheels. No to thrash me at table tennis.
Enchanté.
He won, but only by 1 point. 1! And he cheated several times. Nice!
It's lovely, isn't it? It's so nice. And the funny thing is, round here is a lot of these little off-grid properties all have pools, because you have to survive out here, don't you?
So guys, we are now doing the short drive to the place that hopefully has got quite a lot of different vans for us to have a look at. It's pretty hot now, but obviously it's alright in the car with the aircon on, full pelt.
In 600 meters, take exit 9 toward Alcalá de Guadalajara, Dos Hermanas.
The doggies are staying at home in the chalet. They've got the aircon on, they're lovely and cool. They'd obviously prefer to be with us, but it's just way too hot for them, and we're not sure on the situation at the van place, whether they can be with us or not.
Take exit 9.
And Nick is not very happy because he has to wear that pink hat because I've stolen his brown hat.
She does this with everything, all my t-shirts, shorts, whatever she can get her hands on.
I said, well, I've been wearing this all day, and you know, the brown goes with the brown sort of more than the pink goes with this outfit, so you know, he loves it really, wearing pink, and I think it really suits him.
Oh, you would do, because you want to wear the brown hat, obviously.
Bit of an higgledy-piggledy route to get here.
I think we're literally about 3 kilometres away from the shop where they have the vans, but because it's on the opposite side of the motorway, we have to do a weird random detour.
Okay, so it's quite good. They do have quite a few vans here, as you can see, different shapes and sizes. So this is quite a good place to come, or the best place we've found so far. We've just briefly spoken to the guy. He says it's fine to just have a little mooch round. So that is what we're going to do.
This is one of the possibilities we saw, which is a Sprinter minibus with a couple of seats in the back.
Yeah, this is 2011, I think, and
just under 200,000 on the clock.
Quite a few kilometres on the clock, just under 200,000. What do you think now you've seen it in real life?
Not happy about that bent aerial at all.
There's quite a few bits of rust that they're obviously halfway through fixing. That's probably why they've got it taped up and that. I suppose they do them up here and then getting them ready for resale.
And it's quite nice having the windows. Yeah, go on. So you've got the sprinters you have here, the storage underneath here. It's going to be hot when you get in there. Why is there movement there?
There's actually, yeah, quite a lot of rust in these grooves where the other chairs would have been before. Yeah, I'm quite surprised. I mean, it's only 11 years old, but there is quite a bit of rust already. More than Vinster, actually.
Obviously, you'd have to take all this out, but this is all nicely finished. Lights down. You got these lovely windows, which we understand you can't insulate, but you can put shades up.
They don't open. They don't actually open though, do they? But just on the size wise, this van it feels like it's twice the size of the Vinster, don't you think? The living space.
It's ridiculous.
You put that and that. So it is interesting for that reason, this size van.
Well, it's funny, you know, we're looking at much newer vehicles, been driving hire cars and all that sort of jazz. This is like 2011, so 12 years old, but obviously it's 20 years or 20 whatever younger than Vinny, so it still feels quite fresh and modern. We're just used to driving a tank, a relic, aren't we? Love you, Vinster. But yeah, it feels good. Very upright, obviously, and you know, power steering, electric windows, all that normal stuff that most people have.
I will just add that the price of this, I think it's 19,000.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So still, it's quite a lot, isn't it, for the mileage and the age.
Can we just say though, things are a lot more expensive. Vans are a lot more expensive in Spain than other countries. In the UK and probably Germany, you can pick something up with a lot less kilometers on it, or a lot less miles, whatever you use, for a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
But obviously we live in Spain, we're residents of Spain, so the easiest thing would be is to get a vehicle in Spain, even though it costs more. Obviously we could go to another country and import it.
In Europe, not in
Europe.
the UK. We can't get a UK plated van anymore. Since Brexit, it would just be impossible with the import charges.
And the steering wheel on the wrong side of the road, sliding, all that.
All that sort of thing. It has got a wheelchair thing in it though.
Which will be good for you, darling, after too many vinos. I'm not joking, it's not a joke. Are you running off too?
So keeping our options open with a much smaller van this time.
This would be another option. Yeah, just to get around. I mean, gosh, it would be nice to just drive something that is basically a car. So comfortable, no issues going anywhere. Obviously you can't take much with you and it's not very comfortable in the back, but short term, if we're really struggling to find one, we could buy something like this, mattress in the back, or limited amount of gear that we need, and then just go off long distance searching for a van. Nice, aren't they?
So I'm not sure the age or the details of this Volkswagen Caddy. It does look quite new. There's a bit of a dent at the front, but that is actually big enough to have a bed and sleep in, isn't it? It's about the size of our bed in the van. Obviously you'd have to have all the storage and bits and bobs in your camping gear.
Right, you could have a
underneath.
narrow bed here, and then you could have some sort of unit with all your storage there.
Smash a hole in the bulkhead for some air, and away you go. 185,000 on the clock, so I don't think it's that new. Yeah, it's actually got a side door. Didn't realise it had a side door, so just a mosquito net there, and then you can sleep with the door open. In the middle of nowhere, of course, where no one can come and, you know, attack you.